Can you hear me okay? I can't hear you at all. You're on mute.
There we go.
There we go. Uh,
How are you?
apostoli.
Yes. Call
Apostoli
me Toly.
Kurumalis.
That's correct. Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, I'll say your name and then I'll call you Polly. Tolly. Tolly?
Toly. Yeah.
Tolly. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I uh I just had another call where it was a bald guy with a goatee. So it's like the bald
It's
goatee.
spreading.
It's spreading.
There's nothing to do with your hair once you lose it, right?
Yeah.
I lost it in the back, so I shaved it all off.
So what we'll do is I'll do a little intro, then I'll introduce you. Is there anything you want to talk about up front? I was going to say your Canadian Gothic series.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that.
Um,
It's not out in Canada.
uh, we don't have to talk about that.
No,
We
probably
could
not a
just
good
talk
idea.
about you
Yeah.
as a filmmaker.
Sure.
All
I
right.
prefer that.
Then I'll go through the questions. You filled out those questions very nicely. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to jump to our sponsor, and then I'll come back and we'll do some trivia and end it. We'll do some staccato trivia.
Okay.
All right. So you're a horror fan, right? You love horror.
Experimental film and horror.
Yeah. All right. Well,
To be honest,
I'm gonna ask you
I don't watch
mainstream.
much TV or movies lately.
I'm gonna ask you like just some mainstream horror questions. And
Sure.
if you don't get them, I'll jump in and give you the answer. It'll be fun.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Sure.
All right. Um, okay. Welcome to Terror Salad Presents Side Salads. And I'm your host, Marc Morgenstern. And I'm here with Apostoli Kuramalis or Toly. How
That's
you doing
correct.
today? How you doing today, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming on the show. So so you like experimental horror, unusual film. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Pleasure's all mine. I guess the last good horror film I saw was Mad God. It was an animation. Grew up listening, watching Evil Dead, and reading. That's how I got into horror films.
Yeah.
Reading those teen horror books that you get in the library in high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an outsider and a misfit. So,
So I discovered something about you that you'll maybe be shocked at. You are 1 year to the day younger than me. We both have the same birthday.
cool.
Yeah, December 14th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, awesome.
I'm 1970.
Yeah, 71.
Yeah. How are you enjoying your 50s?
We get the old guy problems. It's
That's for damn sure.
yeah, the bones creaking, and
Yeah.
I was hit by a car in 2011, so it doesn't help much.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Geez. Has that hindered you in making stuff and
Yeah, I used to be IA, IATSE, PA,
hmm?
and I can't do my job anymore because I went deaf in one ear. You need the walkie, and I never moved up in the union.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
That's
So
horrible.
yeah, 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 yeah. But Canada Council established me since then, so I'm an established Canada Council filmmaker without funding, obviously.
Right.
And I am still ACFC storyboard artist in BC. So I am available to work remote by remote. The,
Have you made any graphic novels or anything based on some horror? Like you're a storyboard
yeah,
artist. I'm assuming you
we
got
did
the
one
chops.
for yeah, we did one. I did one for Mike DeSalvo from Cryptop. He used to sing for Cryptopsy. Cryptopsy is a Montreal band that toured with Slayer in the 90s.
Hmm.
It was called The Soldier. It's about his grandfather's experiences in World War II against Nazism and stuff like that. We share a friendship and a kinship in that way because my grandfather was also in World War II, and he died in World War II.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I guess we also share a kinship that way. My
yeah.
family was also in World War II, and a lot of them passed. Um, You said you like experimental. That fascinates me when people just sort of try different things for a limited audience, because a lot of people look at it and just either don't understand it or don't get it, or are that's just not their thing. Well, where do you find your inspiration for something like that?
For experimental films, I actually went to Concordia University. And I'm pretty,
Well, that would
I
explain
yeah,
it.
it's you're geared toward not making uh, commercial film in the programs that I took. And a lot of people look at experimental film as being, or even horror films, as before in the 80s, they didn't make money. People were just doing them because for the love of it. So experimental film still has that aspect to it that you can associate it with still to this day because
Sure.
people look at you and they say, "Why are you making this stuff?" You know, like it's never gonna make money. It's all just like it's they see it as a video, like a music video or whatnot.
If it's if
That
it's if it's one thing I've learned about the horror community, at least, and I like experimental stuff too. I A friend of mine and I just watched Driller Killer the other night, and if you're looking for experimental, that's very experimental. Um, but is there's a lot of forgiveness in horror and things like that. They look at you and go, "Look, you're trying to do something. You're trying to be, get something out there. You're trying to, say a piece or do something, and at least try to entertain us while you're doing it." And they're very forgiving. So I think that's one of the only industries that is like that when you're dealing in film and horror and experimental horror and things like that.
Oh, for sure. I'm not a big fan of the horror movies that are coming out lately, like Human Centipede. It's a little bit too graphic for me. I'm
It's
kind
it's
of
a shock. That's
scared
a
of
shock
it.
value thing, right?
The
That's a
shock value thing. But I was a big fan of Evil Dead before the musicals and whatnot.
Sure.
Because we found it on VHS, me and my buddies, and we were all like, "Wow, it's great," like But lately, I haven't really watched it. I think the last good movie I saw was Shattered Glass with Hayden Christensen. I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't watched too many movies lately.
So of franchise films, I'm a fan of the Saw films. I just like how I like the inventiveness of the traps, as well as the purpose that he's putting these people in the traps, like the atonement for their evil ways. But
Um,
I watched the last one recently, and it takes place on an island, and it's just like, dude, how did you get all your stuff on the island? Like, how did that happen? Like, I love you guys, but come on, you gotta give me something. Is there a favorite sort of horror genre you like? Like, do you like vampires or zombies, or is it just
uh, the
supernatural?
I like the Underworld series.
Yeah, no, those were great.
Yeah, those are the well shot, uh, well acted.
Yeah.
I enjoy them. They're
All right.
very
Well,
entertaining.
okay. Here's a fun question. I'm
Yeah.
actually taking a little bit off script because you seem like a guy I can do that with. You get the chance to remake a horror film, any
So,
horror film right now. Which horror film would you do? Keeping in mind that there's a whole horror community that will hate you because you're remaking one of their favorites, one of their children,
good Lord, what a question. I don't know. Uh, I think everything's been done. Nosferatu, I don't know.
Yeah. Have you seen the latest Nosferatu?
No.
It's shockingly good. It is
Yeah.
so good. I was so impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I highly
Cool.
recommend it. And it's
Yeah.
on Prime right now. You can watch it on Prime.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll do that for sure.
yeah. You can't think of anything? Nothing?
No, nothing comes. I've always wanted to do a film in the style of Russ Meyer,
Sure.
like a horror film.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I um I don't know if this would be a horror film. Definitely it's a musical. but I would want to redo Phantom of the Paradise,
Oh, right on. Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
1975. Who directed that? He directed,
Brian De Palma.
yeah, Brian De Palma. I was gonna say he directed Untouchables. Yeah, Brian De Palma. Um, I would love to throw that up on stage, just sort of have a stage musical of it. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people really have embraced it though. Really know about it.
The humor behind it. No, and the set design
Yeah.
is inspiring even
Yeah.
to this
No,
day because
absolutely.
the way it's painted, like they have a narrow hallway and stuff happening. But I mean, the backdrops are like almost uh oh boy. You gonna
Well,
edit this?
of course I'll edit it.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course I'll edit it. They're like,
Uh,
what's that? Uh,
Rumblefish guy, the production designer,
oh, I don't know who the production designer of Rumblefish is.
De Laurentiis. They're
Really?
almost as, yeah, they're almost as elaborate the backgrounds as De Laurentiis films. You know,
Wow.
those were all painted, eh? They were
I
all on
do.
matte boxes.
Yeah,
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 they're
yeah.
all-
No, I do.
yeah. I come from a film background. Well, it's the same age. We all started off with 35 millimeter,
Right.
16 millimeter. My first camera was a Super 8, so, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah, I remember walking around high school with the Super 8 camera, pretending to make a video yearbook just because I wanted to be the guy with the camera. No film, no nothing, just video yearbook just to see how people would react. I was an asshole. I think somebody stole that camera too. I'm like, it was like $10 at the time.
Right now, it's probably worth a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, now
Yeah,
it's a
on
lot
eBay.
more. All right. Well, why don't we get into some of the questions? Because
Sure.
some good answers to the questions. Like the biggest challenge you faced, the biggest challenge you faced when making horror film on an independent budget.
Getting used equipment to work properly
Yeah.
would be the biggest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, equipment is,
It's all my equipment's used. So I have a new camera, but I dropped it the first day of going to shoot on Going Ape 2 when I was
dude.
making that. It fell on the couch, but they leaves the door stays open ajar a little bit now. But I mean it works fine. We shot the horror on that on the same camera. So 4K, 3095 or whatever. It's not true 4K because true 4K is 4096 2160.
Right.
It's a UHD 4K, but it works pretty well. We've been getting good shots with it and whatnot. I do my camera work usually. On Going Ape 1, I did have two DOPs, Stephanie Weber Bidon and Matthew. Oh boy, Michael Weiss.
At least,
Boy, yeah, we went to university together.
well, when did you shoot Going Ape?
Going Ape?
Yeah.
When? Well, we got funding from the Arts Council in Quebec in 2003, and we shot it around Montreal area. We ended up at most of the film takes place at a peeler bar. I rented a peeler bar for 2 days, and we shot on off hours during the day. A band from a local Montreal band that is now, I think they're not around anymore, showed up and they did a background set up they were called the Gutter Demons. I had a lot of help with that film, but lately it's just been me, basement kind of thing.
Now you shot Going Ape 2 last year,
Uh,
year before?
the year prior, yeah, 23.
That's like a
Yeah,
20-year difference between the first and the second.
yeah, the rockabilly that played in Going Ape, we were actually jumped off set by some guys from the bar. he came back to Montreal. He's like, "You got to do this because we got jumped when we were shooting Going Ape." Yeah, it's I have a long past. It's not pretty. I've been curb stomped. People died. It's like craziness.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, run over by a car. It's terrible. But so he said you got to do this. So I paid in installments, my crew and stuff, and some of
Right.
the actors. Most of the actors worked for free. I think one or two I had to pay a little bit, like $50 for bus fare here and there. Uh, and I had makeup artist Samantha Gold on that one. And at the same time, I was writing a book called All Purpose. And I just got back from a road trip where I was writing that. It ends in a gruesome kind of horror way.
All purpose.
All Purpose does, yeah. And going to two, we shot just last year, the year before. And then this year, we shot the horror film. It's a whodunit.
I love
And
whodunit films. Yeah.
yeah, kind of like a whodunit, fun whodunit. Not really gory, too gory for moms or whatever. My mom, she's in her 90s. She watched it. She kind of liked it a little bit. She didn't like that I was dressed up like a priest in it, but
That's what she points out.
yeah.
It's so it's so funny. So the film behind me, Vitals, is one that I've done. And my father-in-law, all his life has worked in HVAC, right? So he installs um air conditioning units and um the big metal things that John McClane goes through.
Oh, ventilation shafts.
Ventilation things, right?
Yeah.
So in the movie, there's a scene where all right, it's between two rooms, so they open the grate and they pass a phone through to the other side, and of course we just went to the Lowe's or whatever was there and got the joint unit and bought it, and so we can film in it and look down on the thing. So after the movie, I'm like, so what'd you think about it? And the only comment he had was, well, for an old hotel, the ventilation system was pretty clean. And it's like it became the movie about the ventilation system for him because that's all he knows, right? It's like when you're a set designer, it's a movie about the set design, or a costumer,
Yeah.
it's a movie about the costumes, right? That's all he
Yeah.
knew, this HVAC thing. And it's like, well, hey, nobody would have noticed or cared or whatever. But
Yeah.
now every time I see him, it's like, yeah, you didn't do that right. I'm like, thanks for constantly pointing it out. So, so
Yeah.
what's next for you?
I know what that's like.
What are you doing? What's next for you? What are you going to be working on now?
I just finished a cartoon called The Gypsy Sun.
Hmm.
It's a short cartoon. I put them online through film aggregators that you find online aggregators. It's a distributor for films, and they if it gets licensed, you might end up on Prime, like Canadian Gothic, which you mentioned before,
Hmm.
or Murder Come. That's the horror film that I made. That's on there.
Hmm.
One, two, part two is Decompose. It's animated because I couldn't afford to make it live action.
Sure.
I've been in a
So,
couple of horror fests as well in Florida and New York. Uh,
do you think you have a future in animation? Do you think that's the
well, I studied animation at Concordia, but in Montreal, it's hard to get a job in anything. I've been working as a bit part actor, but I haven't had work in about 2 years since I was run over stuff.
well,
Uh,
what are some of the stuff you've acted in? Acted in anything fun?
Heads Are Gonna Roll with Briggs Stevens. That was fun. That was my first role. First real one. It's a short film about uh, it's about different things. I play a surfer type hitman.
Let's look
I
for
had
it.
long hair. A
Nice.
surfer hitman. I didn't know much about the part other than he was going to shoot the whole film from beginning to end in one take in two different angles. So I had to learn the whole part. And I'd only studied minimal amounts of workshops for acting at that point. So Brink Stevens helped me a lot, and she, of course, knows Tom Savini. So it was an added stressor. It's like, all right, Tom Savini's going to see this,
Yeah.
you know. So I was like, oh.
I had this.
And,
I had the slightest brush with Tom Savini once. So I put together my first feature called The Vampire Conspiracy in 2004 and made a graphic novel out of it. Literally took stills from the film, made a graphic novel, and I was going to sell the graphic novel to sort of fund the next thing or do whatever. And and got a booth at the Fan Expo in Toronto and did the the Comic Con, and Tom Savini was there. So what I was going to do is just sort of give Tom Savini a copy of it. Here you go, enjoy it, tell me what you think type thing. So he's walking to his, his panel or wherever he was going. And I just quickly jumped out of the booth and said, "Hey, Tom, I have something for you." And I gave it to him and he looked at it and went, "Wow, you really put a lot of work into this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I did. And that's for you." And he's like, "Oh, thanks." So he took it and went away. So I printed them up with a Tom Savini quote saying, "You put a lot of work into this." So before he'd even read it or seen it, but he had mentioned it, so why not, right? So every time at a new Comic Con I was selling these things, people would look and go, "Oh, Tom Savini." And it would be part of the selling process. I said, yeah, yeah, he thinks, he saw it and was really impressed. So my brush with Tom Savini. Yeah, Tom Savini would be one of the people that got me into horror. Like he's just,
yeah, he's
yeah, just his I had his book and I would pour through his book. And in
oh
fact,
yeah.
the latest I had just shot a horror short um last year and used one of his techniques in it from it. So the bullet hole to the head, where
Okay.
you literally put the latex or whatever on it, and a button underneath it with a string. And when you get shot, you pull the string so it looks like it's been blown out of your head. And we used it for the short, and it's like, look, there you go, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
had a brush like that too with the Cramps in Montreal. I gave them a copy of one of my shorts, and they didn't say anything though, so I wasn't able to quote them.
That's a shame.
The
That's
horror short, Little Starduster, yeah, that we shot on the road to Venice Beach, and at Venice Beach, of course, but
right.
full of graffiti and whatnot.
Yeah.
This
Right.
section, skate park where we went to
What do you
on a
think is
road.
next? What do you think is next for the horror community, the horror films and the horror everything? I see a lot of people doing graphic novels. I see a lot of people trying to, you know, like iPhones have really upped their game. So I think a lot of people are shooting on their iPhones and
Yeah, for sure. The iPhones, you can get good cinematic shots out of them. I think more what should be next is more shorts, I guess. But shorts, people don't make money, but people are making more shorts. I've noticed, like you said, with their iPhones and with syncing, making their own music, like
Mhm.
Goblin, Dario Argento's, which is something I've gotten into as well.
You make music too, huh?
Yeah,
Where can I hear your stuff?
it's on Bandcamp and YouTube. The band I'm in is called Smog.
Smog?
Zmog, ZMOG.
Smog.
It's just me and my buddy Kendall. Uh, we had a bassist for a little while, but he's not with us anymore. He moved on.
Moved on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like moved on as in left the band or moved on as in he's
No,
singing with the choir invisible?
no, 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 no. He's fine. but he left the band, so we make all the parts and arrangements ourselves.
Nice, nice. Well,
One day,
you do what you can, right? Like that's the thing, right? Uh because I work in advertising and I work in different things, but because I belong to like a bunch of stock footage sites, I've wanted to make an entire feature film using only stock footage to see if I can do it.
uh,
And you do what you can. It's you're
for
yeah,
sure. I've made a stock footage film, found footage films, many of them. I usually shoot other things with them,
right.
but I've made found footage films as well. I paint as well, or
You're just like an
horror
all-around
painting.
artistic guy.
Yeah,
You're an artist.
I,
You're the artist.
yeah. I figured that there's nothing else for me to do because I worked all the jobs I could, worked the cinema jobs, so I'm just doing what I can with the little money I have, little money I get because I get disability benefits.
But you're keeping the passion
Not
alive.
very
I
much.
think
Yeah,
that's great. I think that's fantastic.
thanks.
Like there's a lot of people that can't even get to that, right? Can't finish their first, can't finish their first short, can't finish writing, can't finish writing their feature, can't finish shooting their feature, can't do it. And for those who do, you know, people like yourself, you should be very proud of yourself. Very like you're an inspiration. You're an inspiration to independent film people just because you keep going and you keep doing it. And you obviously love what you do. So that's very important.
I love what I do, but the reviewers don't like me too much.
I get
I
that,
get bad
sometimes,
reviews on Film Threat.
yeah, I get that sometimes it doesn't pay the money. I get that a lot of the times it doesn't pay the money, but
Oh, it's
it's not necessarily the whole package, right?
not about the money, but I mean the reviews I get are really bad of my films because the budgets are so small. And my friend, he keeps a friend of mine keeps telling me he's a WGA writer. I probably shouldn't mention his name because he's might get in trouble. I don't know. He's kind of weird about it. But he keeps telling me I'm going to the wrong reviewers.
It's just like all of a sudden, yeah, no, you're the people watching your stuff are the wrong people watching it.
What is it? His name's Craig Wenman. He did Bandit, film Bandit. Yeah. I don't know if you want to keep that in there.
I'll if you want, I'll cut it out. That's
Yeah, sure.
yeah, yeah. Um, all right. Well, why don't I jump to our sponsor, Production Crate? Do you know Production Crate at all? No, yeah, they have like stock special effects that you can use. So if you want a zombie or a car crashing or things like that, they have it there. I use them all the time. Used them in that last short film I was talking about. So they're a sponsor on this. So I'm going to jump to them, which of course means, and we're back from our sponsor. All right, here here's what I'm going to do. I have a bunch of fun trivia, and I'm going to give them to you staccato, and you gotta tell me what the answers are. And if you can't, I'll jump in and tell you the answer myself.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just something I'm trying out. See how fun it could be. All right, are you ready?
Let me get ready here. Okay.
All right. What 1922 silent film is considered the unauthorized adaptation of Dracula?
Nosferatu.
That's correct. In Psycho, the 1960 version, what is the name of the motel that Norman Bates operates?
Bates Motel.
That's correct. So they're not that big. They're not that bad.
Whoa.
All right. Who directed the original Night of the Living Dead? 1968.
George A. Romero.
That's correct. What famous horror film's villain was inspired by serial killer Ed Gein?
There's a few of them. Hannibal. What's Leatherface?
That the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You're right. Absolutely. All right. What color is the blood in the original The Evil Dead to get around censorship?
Blue.
Green.
It's
Green.
green.
Yeah,
Ah,
to avoid the X rating at the time in 1981. All right. In Halloween, 1978, what is Michael Myers referred to as in the credits? The
don't know.
shape.
The shape.
The shape. I didn't know that either. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. All right. What actor played Freddy Krueger in the original Nightmare on Elm Street?
Well, the director's name is Wes Craven.
Robert.
Robert Englund.
That's right. That's right. What's the name of the summer camp in Friday the 13th?
Crystal Lake.
Camp Crystal Lake. You're right. What was the original title of Scream during production?
During production. Scary movie.
That's right. That's
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
Who was the original killer in the first Friday the 13th movie?
My mother.
The mother, Pamela. You're right.
Yeah.
Look, you're acing these, dude.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
What 1973 horror was the first to be nominated for a Best Picture?
The Shining.
No, that was
Oh,
1980.
73 horror.
73
By
horror.
person?
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. I would have gotten to that one.
What phrase does the possessed girl repeat in The Exorcist that foreshadows her demon?
Shadow the Demon. That's a good question. I don't know.
Captain Howdy.
Uh,
In Poltergeist, what appliance causes a major scare?
TV.
A TV. Who directed The Shining?
And Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick. What number room is Danny told to avoid in The Shining?
2?
237.
Ah.
In
Hmm.
Hereditary, what symbol appears repeatedly as the mark of the cult?
Pentagram?
The
I
demon
haven't seen
sigil
it.
of Paimon.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't
I
know that.
haven't seen it.
Which horror film features a family being hunted by their doppelgangers? 2019. Jordan Peele.
2019? I wouldn't have seen it.
Us. Jordan Peele. It's really good. You should see it. It's really good.
Okay.
Um, what fake documentary style horror had people believing it was real upon its release in 1999?
In 1999?
1999.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. Not the Butterfly Effect.
Nope.
The what's it called?
Blair Witch
One
Project.
Blair Witch. Yeah.
Which
That's
director
what
of The Fly in 1986 also made Videodrome and Scanners?
David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg, Canadian boy. What cult
Yep.
horror film features a killer tire with psychic powers?
Oh no.
It's called Rubber. Yeah. In The Thing in 1982, what test does McCready use to identify the alien?
Haven't seen it. It's still one of those bucket list things I want to see.
That is something you should see. That is, as far as horror film goes, that's my
Yeah.
favorite horror
And
film. And I'm
John
not even going to tell
Carpenter.
you, I'm not even going to
Sure.
tell you the answer because you haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What type of creature is featured in the 2000 film The Descent?
The Descent.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Cave dwelling humanoid creatures.
Cool.
Yeah. And what early Peter Jackson film involves a zombie baby chaos, and is considered one of the goriest ever? And double the points if you give me both titles. It goes by.
What's the name of the filmmaker again?
Peter Jackson. Peter
Oh,
Jackson's
Peter
first
Jackson.
film.
Yeah, okay. The puppet one?
No, no. Meet the Feebles?
No.
No,
Oh,
no,
Dead
no.
Alive?
Dead Alive. Very good. Also known as Brain Dead.
Yeah. Oh,
Also
yeah.
known as Brain Dead. All right.
Yeah.
I would say you're pretty. I would say you're pretty good in horror. I have some later horror questions, but I'm like, you're not even gonna know.
No,
You're not even gonna
I
know.
haven't seen them.
It's like, what it's like what brings the creature in the movie It Follows. And it's like, oh, if you have sex with somebody,
Oh,
the creature starts.
okay.
But yeah, it's like you're not gonna know those. All right. Well, totally. I think that's our interview.
That's
Would
our
you think?
interview.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
Call
is
me
there,
anytime, man.
is there anything else
I enjoyed it.
you want to talk about? Anything else that you need to get out? What should we look forward to? Where can I see your
All Purpose is a good book to buy.
all purpose? All right, we'll look for it.
Yeah,
I'll throw it serious. I'll throw it up on screen.
cool.
Yeah.
And my films are available through the CFMDC in Toronto, and Going Ape 1 and 2 and Horror are released through Dark Side Releasing. Right now, not yet in Canada, UK, and abroad. Right now, I'm not sure.
If they have a
And
VPN, they can probably watch it.
yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. And yeah, uh, Canadian Gothic should be out in Canada as well. It's about all the rotten things little kids do to each other while growing up.
Yeah, I certainly was victim to that too. All right, Toly, thank you very much. You've been a great guest. I've had a great time. Um,
Good.
and
You
we'll
too.
talk to you soon.
Yeah,
I'll let you know when it comes up, and I'll send you an email and join the Terror Salad group. Like and
will
subscribe,
do.
and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Join the Terror Talent Group. Terror Salad. Sorry, join the Terror Salad Group. Like and describe.
Thanks, man.
Subscribe. Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Take care.
That's when I try to act. Okay.
All right. See you later, man.
Bye.
Bye.